Welcome back, beautiful people. I have today's trivia question for you. Today's trivia question reads as follows. How many CAF Under-17 Afcon titles has Senegal won? And I can't do this alone. Of course, I'm with my brother from another mother, my brother from another club. Really, we don't support the same club, the same national team, but he's my brother nevertheless. Brian Mofokeng, welcome to the show. You seem a bit...
Without introduction, I almost thought he's coming from the Igbo tribe. I'm coming from...
No, that's not it to give the viewers. That's not it to give the viewers that long history, you know. But Happy New Year,
the Mofokeng are coming from that side of the Igbo tribe.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year, my brother. Good to see you.
Yes, it's going to be a
full
great
swing,
year.
I see that, eh?
A great year in African football. There's so much
had a say, eh?
Oh, yes. You know, we had to start the new year with the new cut, you know, a new shirt from Ben Sherman, you know.
Yeah.
You know the vibe. Yes, this year in African football, there's so much already to look forward to.
Crazy, yeah.
Brian.
Crazy, yeah.
The Under-17, Under-20 Afcon tournaments are going to be coming very soon.
Yeah, let's talk about the Under-17 first of all. I mean, it's an interesting one because the defending champions are Senegal for the tournament,
Yes.
So we look forward to see if they'll be able to defend their title.
And would we see another Kamara coming in this time? Because
I mean, Kamara came from this tournament into Under-20s and then became part of the Chan team before he was promoted to be part of the senior team.
And you saw like what he did at the CAF Awards last year.
Unbelievable.
Winning back-to-back Young Player of the Year awards. And Senegal, what are they doing? How are they getting it right? Because they seem to be producing generation after generation of stars.
I am not sure after the part of Aliou Cissé as to what's going to happen beyond that. Because remember, that generation was part of his coaching staff. So we'll see what happens in 2025 going forward in all the stuff that are happening. This year we'll see how they're going to be able to challenge in certain spaces. They qualify for the Afcon already at the senior team, which is taking place later on this year.
Yes.
But, we're going to talk about the youth tournament, the Afcon for the youth.
Ooh, we digress, yes.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the Under-17 tournament. You were going to tell me.
You know what is nice about this is that for the first time, we're going to have 48 nations playing at a World Cup for Under-17s.
Yes.
So meaning CAF is going to have 10 slots at the World Cup proper. The tournament
African nations.
For African nations, because there's a split within the different regions. But what CAF has done, which I love a lot. I love the way they do that because they've gone and said you got 6 regions. Let each region contribute 2 teams from their own region. So Morocco and Egypt are going to be representing the northern side of the continent. So that's one, But Morocco had already qualified for the tournament proper, but now they're going to host it as well. So it starts in March and it's going to go all the way to April. 30th of March is when it starts, ends on the 19th of April this year. So we're looking forward to that. But also what is very interesting at the same time is that if you look at the countries that are going to be coming there to play in Morocco, let me give you the two per country we have so far that already qualified. I mean, from the region, that is the COSAFA region, they have the 2 nations that have qualified. Okay. Zambia and Angola playing in the final. Both are going to go to the tournament proper.
So if I'm not mistaken, there's still like 6 nations yet to qualify, right?
No. So far, if you look at the nations that have qualified, a total of 12 nations is what we're looking at.
Okay.
So Egypt hosted the tournament, which was played in the north, and then Morocco hosted that particular tournament. Then Egypt eventually came out as the champions. Then you're talking about the Western A part, which is where you got Senegal and you also have Mali. That was Senegal became the champions. Mali finished the runners-up by virtue of winning the semis. They qualify for the tournament proper. Then you go to the B side, the Western B side, or they call it the Wafu B. That's where you had Burkina Faso being the champions and runners-up, where there is Cote d'Ivoire for that one there. COSAFA region, it was another stellar performance from Zambia. They won it, and then Angola finished second for them to be able to qualify alongside them. You also have the Central Zone and the Central Eastern Zone, where we'll be able to have the total teams that are able to come through and qualify in totality. So, I mean, Zambia already have been to this tournament before, just like all the other nations that have already been there before. But what I love about this is the fact that if CAF has 10 slots from 12 countries, so it means only 2 are going to miss out of going to the World Cup. from this Afcon tournament.
I'm sorry, if you can't qualify after that, then I think your country needs to reconsider football, really. Maybe focus on beach ball or something. Play on other sport, cricket or something.
End of the day, Ade, you must remember that, if you look at the regions, the way they're put together, there are those stronger regions, there are those that are slightly weaker. Yes. The North is proving to be dominant, but also the Western A is where the dominant forces are sitting. Mm-hmm. But what surprised me, there's no Ghana. There's no Nigeria.
Doro, it's a new year. What
are my
New Year's resolutions?
Let me just say, there's no South Africa either. There's no South Africa either. In the under-17 Afcon that is coming up this year. So I think those countries need to.
Brian, from a coach's perspective, what should be your expectation of these 17-year-olds for this World Cup? Is it just to kind of fill out the next superstars for the next generation? Is there a heavy expectation on these players?
When I met, I still remember when Mulifinse was coaching under-17 of South Africa, and then Pedro Goncalves, the man in charge of the Angola national team now, he used to say that at under-17, under-20, you only have the players for a year. Mm-hmm. So it's a year, 2 years maximum. And under-20, under-17 is a year. So you need to be able to give them the basic as much as you can for them to be able to progress and graduate to the next level. Under 20, you need to give them as much as you can within the 2 years for them to graduate to under 23. For them to be able to be part of the Olympic team, so that you're able to get those players doubling up in the national team, the senior team as well, at the same time. So within a space of 4 years, those players should have gone through the process of getting to the senior team. So where I'm sitting, if I were a coach, I was going to say, it's all about playing and getting the experience. But coaches want to win, my friend.
Yes, that's right.
And you win, you save your job.
That's right. And there are no excuses. I've seen a player like Kylian Mbappe win the World Cup at only 18 years old.
Yeah.
So if you're a young player watching the show right now, you can do it. You're never too young to be world class. On that note, we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be discussing more of what to expect from the year 2025.